The Peugeot 2008 Mark I went on sale in 2013 and was billed as the higher riding equivalent of the Peugeot 208 Mark I. While a lot of tech was shared between the cars, the 2008 Mark I was bigger and more spacious than the 208 and came with a bit more equipment as standard to reflect its slightly higher list price. Engine options consisted of a variety of petrol and diesel engines, and all Peugeot 2008 Mark Is were only available with front-wheel drive. The latest 2008 uses the PSA Group's CMP platform, which is already used on the Peugeot 208. This, coupled with lots of other shared technology with the smaller car, points towards reliability being more of a positive point. The onboard safety kit is much improved with the active safety brake system, and it's included on all versions, as well as Distance Alert, which offers progressive visual and audible driver warnings of the risk of potential collisions. Its closest rivals are the Audi Q2 and VW's t-roc. The 2008 is predicted to hold on to its value in the same league as the Audi Q2, Ford's Puma and Skoda's Kamiq. The entry-level Active brings with it a fair amount of spec, including climate control and 16-inch alloy wheels. We'd suggest upgrading to Allure because that means you get smarter seats, 17-inch alloys and privacy glass, as well as the more advanced emergency braking system. The 2008's petrol, diesel and electric lineup is among the best in class, and it's very decent to drive. The 2008's petrol engine range is made up of a 1.2-litre turbocharged 3-cylinder unit offered in 3 power outputs, whether you choose 100 brake horsepower, 129 brake horsepower or the 153 brake horsepower version. They're great units. The power delivery is linear, it feels lively, and the maximum torque comes in at just 1750 RPM. Diesel buyers get one option, a 1.5-litre unit with 110 brake horsepower. Peak torque is a healthy 250 Nm, so performance is barely affected even when the car is loaded up with passengers. If you plan to cover high mileage averages, then little else in this class will use less fuel, except for the E2008. On paper, the performance ranges from the 1.5-litre diesel, which takes 11.4 seconds to cover the 100 dash, to the 155 brake horsepower petrol that manages the same sprint in a livelier 8.2 seconds. The 1.2-litre 100 brake horsepower petrol version is slightly quicker than the diesel off the mark, but it produces power further up the rev range, so the extra torque of the diesel will be better suited to those seeking a more relaxed drive. When pitted against Renault's Captur, the Peugeot's ride feels a little fidgety at low speeds, and against the Ford Puma, the chassis lacks a degree of finesse. Still, the Renault leads the segment for comfort, and the Puma leads it for fun, so the 2008 remains above average in both areas. It's easy to drive. The small steering wheel might take some getting used to, but the steering itself is very light, making the 2008 a great car for low-speed manoeuvres. Find a comfortable driving position, and you'll discover the 2008 is really quite good to drive. It feels stable and precise through the corners, and the ride does a good job of filtering out nasty bumps. Despite a little door mirror induced wind whistle at motorway speeds, refinement is really impressive overall. Even with an increase in rigidity, there's barely any increase in overall weight. The Peugeot 2008 sits on the PSA Group's new CMP platform used on the 208. Peugeot's small SUV offers a more stylish look than its predecessor, with lots of flaring angles and a substantial front grille. The 2008's interior design, although a little quirky, offers superb levels of quality for the class, and in fact puts most of its rivals in the shade. Individual touches such as the gloss black piano keys on the dash and bright contrast stitching add to the sense of style. Other highlights include Peugeot's iCockpit system, which is standard across the range. The entry active trim has 16-inch alloy wheels, power folding heated door mirrors and automatic air conditioning. The Allure brings bigger wheels, gloss black exterior trim and upgraded upholstery, while the GT model features front parking sensors, heated front seats, a bigger media touchscreen, integrated sat-nav and a smartphone wireless charging function. With the second generation iCockpit system, the setup isn't the most intuitive or easy to use while on the move. The high-set digital dash is at odds with the small, low-set steering wheel, and many will find the familiar, ergonomic approach of rivals easier to use. Standard kit includes Bluetooth, DAB radio Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity, and a smartphone docking station. You have to set up the GT trim in order to gain sat-nav. Allure versions and above feature a 3D version of the iCockpit, which is effectively a configurable head-up display, enabling the driver to access key information more safely while on the move. Peugeot hasn't forgotten basic practicalities, of course. There's a good level of storage, with cubbies, trays and bins dotted all around the cabin to hold gadgets and various other items. Rear occupants benefit from plenty of footroom under the front seats, and there's enough headroom for all but the very tallest of passengers. The roofline is quite low, so you have to stoop a little more. Buyers should bear this in mind if they'll frequently be using the rear doors to get children into their car seats. With 443 litres of boot space, the 2008 offers decent load capacity, but it's close competition with rivals on overall practicality. The Renault Captur actually has 12 litres less than the 2008, but features a sliding rear bench seat to maximise boot space or passenger space. Not only does the Peugeot 2008 look the part, both inside and out, it's well equipped and has a range of punchy, efficient petrol engines. Although it's slightly more expensive than the likes of the Puma or Renault Captur, you're literally getting more for your money.